Who of us couldn't use more confidence, right? I mean, there's been times where we've lacked confidence. We haven't done things simply because we wondered whether we really could. Could I fulfill my potential, do my purpose? And that's why number 3 in this video series on transformational habits is called Demonstrate Confidence. How do you grow it? How do you get more of it? Well, a number of years ago, I was in a place where I lacked it clearly. I was invited to an event in downtown Boston with a bunch of CEOs and attorneys and politicians. They were all wearing ties and jackets. And the guy who was going to speak was a hero of mine. He was an author and a nationally known speaker. And I was really glad to show up. Well, early in the morning, I get in the elevator going up to where this meeting is taking place, and I'm with the person who's organizing the event. And he looks at me and says, "You're Jeff Calaguar." He goes, "You speak, don't you?" I said, "Yes." And he said, "The guy who's supposed to speak actually thought it was next week and he's not going to show up. I know this is really last minute, but would you be willing to speak?" Well, quickly my heart started to race. Sweat broke out on my forehead, and I said, "Sure, yes, I'll speak." Now, what was I thinking? But within moments, I had 15 minutes to prepare. I was standing in front of this audience, and I shared a story of when I was first invited to go into a varsity football game when I was in high school as the deep man for the kickoff. I put my mouthpiece in, and I vomited. Well, they just roared laughing, and I felt like from then on I had the audience. But it made me so glad that I was willing to say yes. So the first thing to grow more confidence in any of us is really to say yes to things that stretch us. If we stay comfortable, we're not going to grow confidence. It's probably going to wane over time. And that's what happens when you're willing to say yes. A few weeks ago, a guy asked me if I would play in a basketball league. Well, truth be told, I haven't played basketball in that kind of competitive league for more than 10 years. And I said yes. And in the last couple of weeks, I've been able to realize, you know what? I can play basketball, and this is actually good for me, and it's stretching me physically. So what is it for you that if you say yes to, whether it's meet with someone or stepping up to speak or writing a book, you're going to grow, and it's going to grow your confidence. The second thing is have a purpose that's bigger than you. There's something about when we do things for other people and it's not about our performance or about us that stretches us. My wife Mindy never could have seen herself speaking to audiences, and yet in the last few years she's spoken to audiences on 4 continents, on radio and television for thousands of people. Why? Because she has something that she wants to get across that's not about her. She actually really cares that people hear this message. And until you have that, it might be what's holding you back is you don't know your message yet. But when you do, it's going to grow your confidence. It's going to stretch you. And then number 3 is ask yourself, what would I do if I wasn't afraid? Regularly ask that question. What would I do if I wasn't afraid? I have a client who runs a business who asks that constantly now, and he said it's the biggest game changer in his business over the last 6 months. It's caused him to meet with clients that he wouldn't have met with. It's caused him to organize and manage his team in ways that he hasn't before, all because he was willing to ask the question, what would I do if I wasn't afraid? Do you know that babies, when they're born, only have 2 fears? The fear of loud noises and the fear of being dropped. Every other fear is developed. You know, a lot of it's in junior high where we get the social challenges to us. Robert Kiyosaki said that confidence grows through discipline and training. What is the discipline and training that you're going to put into place that's going to grow your confidence? And it may be saying yes, it may be really getting clarity on your purpose, or it may be asking yourself regularly, what would I do if I wasn't afraid? Love to hear your thoughts on this. Go to jeffcalaguar.com for more and let me know you are here. And I look forward to seeing you have a transformational life and a transformational purpose. God bless you.